As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best price on tools and parts I use in today's project. Today, we're going to be looking at this. What is this? It's like an Acura TL. Maybe it's 2005-ish. The title will tell you exactly. And it's got the p0420 code. It's a catalytic converter below efficiency threshold. Your local parts store will be like, oh yeah, put some oxygen sensors in it. That usually never fixes it. It can, but usually it is the catalytic converter. Now, I'm gonna discuss a workaround. Now, I can't recommend that you do this to your car. This is for off-road use only, to keep your check engine light off. Wink, wink. So what we're gonna do is there's a 420 and a 430, and basically you have your sensor ones. You got like bank 1, sensor 1, bank 2, sensor 2. Your sensor 2s are on the back. Okay, the 420 is going to be bank 1, sensor 2. 430 is going to be bank 2, sensor 2. 420 is for bank 1, sensor 2. 430 is for bank 2, sensor 2. This one has a 420, and if it does have a 430, this bank 2, sensor 2, I don't know if you'll be able to get a non-fouler on here, but basically we're going to take those rear oxygen sensors off. We're going to put a non-fouler on it. In this case, it's just going to be the one I'm going to show you. It's the most common one, the 420. And what that does is your front oxygen sensor is going to be reading the exhaust. It's going to go through the catalytic converter. It's going to come to that second oxygen sensor. It's going to read the exhaust again and say, how good a job did your catalytic converter do? So by putting the non-fouler on it, lifting the exhaust, lifting the oxygen sensor up out of the exhaust a little bit, it's going to make it read better. So in theory, I feel about 8-9 times out of 10 it does work. But then you got those that call me back and say, hey, my light came back on. In that case, I give them like a partial refund usually. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put this non-fouler in. I'm gonna show you where it's at on this car, and hopefully we can get this light to stay off. Let's check it out. All right, so here we are. Again, this is not recommended for use on the public roads because this is not allowed. But in the customers I'm referring to was off-road use only, apparently, supposedly. And the other thing about this, guys, too, is that your catalytic converter for your aging cars, the thing that'll throw the code is if it drops below 95% efficiency. So you can lose 5% efficiency and it will throw the code. So it's not that your catalytic converter isn't cleaning the air. I mean, it could be worse than that, but it's just not cleaning it as efficiently as brand new. And some of the aftermarket ones you put on there, they'll be below 95% efficient and it'll still throw a code. So that's why a lot of times you have to use a factory catalytic converter, and they're very expensive. So here we go. So there's your bank 1, sensor 2 oxygen sensor. You can see I've got my ratchet on it, and you can see I've got an oxygen sensor socket. You can see there's a cutout in the socket, and that lets it get around the wire. And you can see I'm using this extension and this long ratchet here because sometimes they're really hard to break loose because they're rusty and stuff. This one wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead, take this guy down. I'm gonna take my little extension and socket off, and then kind of using like a screwdriver. Well, you know what? I might using my extension and socket, and then the other thing that might be helpful is if we come behind here and take our little clip removal tool. I'll show you that here in a second. Pop this out. Maybe pop that next one out up there. This wire is so long, you might not actually have to disconnect it up there. Some of the ones that have shorter connectors, you disconnect the connector because it'll just get too twisted up. But with a long wire like this, you're not gonna have to disconnect the connector. You just, when you go to screw it back in, just make sure it's twisted lefty, and then when you screw it back in as you're screwing it in, it'll start to go back to straight when you righty tighty it up. Okay guys, and here I just took my little clip removal tool and just popped them up there. This plastic was really old and just snapped, and I was noticing on the other side it's got like the little squeeze things, so you might want to take a pair of pliers on this side and just squeeze it off. It doesn't really matter either way. You can just take a zip tie and kind of zip tie this back to there, and even if it just dangled, probably wouldn't matter too much because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot it could touch. So you get that one, and then we can see up in here. I might just leave that one alone, the one up there. Sorry, the camera's not focused. Let's see, focus camera. Yeah, I might just leave that one alone up here. And then our non-foulers, this is one. I like to put two because that's gonna back that oxygen sensor up a lot. And these come pre-drilled. I'll leave a link below in the video description for these. You can also, the one at the part store, they won't be pre-drilled and they have a little hole. Sometimes it's a good idea to take one of those and put the one with the hole on the end, and then put your oxygen sensor in the pre-drilled one, and then go ahead and put it on there. It's just gonna give it more coverage from the exhaust, but even two of these should work. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this oxygen sensor the rest of the way out, and then we can see, yeah, it's just, I'm able to do it with my hands now. And I'll just let the camera run because apparently YouTube likes long videos for their algorithm. So you'll find this video better since I'm letting the camera run. And it's gonna be in there good. The other thing, you can always use PB Blaster. So that's our old, or not our old one, we're still gonna use this. But you can use PB Blaster if you're having trouble. Don't break this thing off. If you do that, you're gonna have to, or strip it. Don't strip it or break it off, because then you're gonna have to take it to a muffler shop and it's gonna cost a lot. So that's that. Now I'll take our little fouler out the bag, put it on, and show you what that looks like. There it is, just dangling. Now you can see I've just screwed this on the end of my oxygen sensor. You can look in there and see now, usually exhaust is just gonna flow right over that oxygen sensor tip and it's going to read it. Now it's not going to do that. It's going to have to pick up from the end. I'm also going to take another one and screw it up on there, and then it's really going to reduce what it sees about the exhaust. Also, if you do pick up these at your part store and they do have the hole in the end, all you have to do is take a like a bench vise, and then take a 1/2 inch drill bit and drill a hole down the center, and then it will work for that first one. And then you can take the one that still has a little hole in it and put it on there. But again, I just use these a lot of times. These are fine as well. So again, link below in the video description for these handy little non-foulers. And sometimes on some cars you can only fit one in, so you know, that's, you gotta take that into account. But particularly for this Acura TL, it will be fine, I believe. Let's see what happens. I say that now and then I won't get in here. Nah, yes, this one's got plenty of room. So you can see, I'm getting in there. And then before I start it, again, I'm gonna start to spin this thing left and get the wire twisted up a little bit. And then when I go to screw back in, it'll straighten out. So I'm gonna do that. And then we're gonna come up in here. Start twisting, and I know y'all can't see anything. This sucks. I'm sorry. Let's see. There you go. Now you can see. So it's gonna be better for me to use two hands, but at least you get the idea. It'll start to straighten out when I screw it in. Okie dokie. Here we go. So it is in there. I've got it snug down. Oh, here, let's take it off so you can see what it looks like. My wire is a little twisted. That's okay though. Let's see. Alright, yeah, you can see my wire did twist a little bit, but nothing like if you just tried to start it straight up in there. So, and that is not, see, we got our axle here that spins. Oh, something just fell in my eye. Alright, yeah, but I'm just trying to, you want to make sure it's not going to touch anything. You can zip tie it, like I'll do that just because it's not my car, it's a customer car. So I'll just run a zip tie through that little hole, zip tie the wire there, and then we know for a fact it won't touch anything. I never want to have to come back out. So, but yeah, that's it. And you'll notice, like when you put your socket on here and you tighten it up, these two are going to tighten together, and it's going to tighten in there. Just don't over tighten it. Nice and snug. That's all you need, and that is it. So you're gonna clear the code. If you don't have a scan tool, you should be able to disconnect your battery. It'll clear the code. If you got a scan tool, of course, just clear the code. And then if it doesn't come back, you know, if you're driving it every day and it doesn't come back within like 2 weeks or so, you should be good. So I should have fixed it. But if it does come back, you can try doing that other one I showed you up top. I think the one up top is, you're only going to be able to fit one in there anyways. And I mean, it still may help, but if you had an open one, you could try putting one with a hole on there. That may help. So if you do that and it still comes back, you either gotta get a catalytic converter, or there are some other things that can cause the p0420 that's not the catalytic converter. I think when I was reading up on it, it's like fuel injectors, like air fuel mixture can cause this code also. But I mean, I feel like 9 times out of 10 it's always a catalytic converter. So anyways, that is it, guys. Now your second oxygen sensor is gonna be on there when you take your car to get it inspected. I used to have my North Carolina inspection license, and they're supposed to make sure it's not tampered with. So just keep that in mind. If you got an inspector who knows what they're doing, they'll look at this and they'll fail it because it's been tampered with. So if you know a place where they do inspections really quickly, they just get them in and out, that's probably the best place, because they probably just don't even look at it. I know when I used to work in a shop, we just in and out of them, and you typically don't even check. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.